So we're here. We got early access to Super Nintendo World. We're just about to go in. Transformers. Super Nintendo World. Are you excited?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Okay, we're getting warped. We're getting warped. We're in a pipe. We're inside the castle. It changes.
Oh my gosh.
Now, we're warped. Kart TV.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, I'll need you all to get contingent live on your way. A good looking luck to you, fill you in on the details of the race, such as steer, throw, show, and score points on the way to the finish line. Of course, I'm asking you, are you guys ready?
Okay, so we just got off Mario, and now we're going on Transformers.
I'm not holding so well. Here's what I got. I'm picking up Decepticon Ravage, moving his tail from sector 1030, sub-level 9, sub-level 8, sub-level 7. Oh man, that thing can move. He's headed right for the All-Star.
Come on, Bowie. Transformers.
Protect each other. Good luck. Prime out. Recruits, we're heading out soon, so remember your orders. I'll remember mine.
We're on Jurassic World.
In the age of the dinosaurs, a vast ocean was home to an explosion of life. At the top of the food chain sat the Mosasaurus, apex predator of the deep.
You are clear for entry.
dinosaurs roam freely. Keep an eye out for the Parasaurolophus, who likes to splash around in the water. You may even see our new baby Stegosaurus, one of the latest additions to our Jurassic World family.
Oh my god. Oh. Oh, that feels good.
In a moment, you will be entering Predator Cove, home to some of Jurassic World's most powerful creatures.
That's gotta burn.
Hold all boats in safe zone.
Please remain calm. We have assets out of containment and help is on the way. In the meantime, please, a security team is deployed. They will get you safe.
Please remain in boat and stay calm and safe.
Oh wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard the world famous Universal Studios tour. Hello there. Hi, welcome aboard. My name is Cody, and I'm going to be your guide today as we lift the veil of secrecy on some of Hollywood's hottest filming locations. That's right, we are a real working movie and television studio here at Universal Studios. Now, before we head out, it's very important that you all grab a pair of these 3D glasses. You're going to need them as part of the tour today. Now, if you didn't get a pair of glasses, don't worry. Just put your hands in the air, wave them around. If you just don't have a pair, you get a pair of those 3D glasses. Just keep your hands up higher. We can see one of our studio tour ambassadors in the blue shirts. We'll grab you a pair of those glasses. Now, while we're starting your envelope up, so you know what? Do me a favor. Take a look over on your left-hand side. You see all these people waiting in line. Wave goodbye.
Bye-bye! Snooze you later.
We don't know them. Oh, bye, Felicia. We're leaving the theme park behind and taking you deep into the heart of our studio. This is where some of Hollywood's biggest names come to work every single day. We're going to head down this hill in just a moment, but before we do, I've got to take this moment to bring up my special co-host for the day. You all know him as the host of tonight's show, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, it's literally Jimmy Fallon.
Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Oh, it's like we're looking over there.
And the greatest driver. They're the best. I love them. Even though it owes me $5.
Ooh.
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first...
He's so young.
That's right, a few safety rules. First and foremost, if you're in need of guest assistance, like you have a medical emergency, or you've dropped an item of value off the side of the tram, or if you're having any sound or video issues, reach up and pull that red emergency cord overhead. The ride will stop, and I'll be back to help you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated. The studio is private property, so if at any time during the tour you drop your cell phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, please pull that cord and remain seated. Also keep in mind there is no smoking allowed on today's tour, and the use of selfie sticks is prohibited. We're going to have quite a few loud noises as well as sudden tram movements and water effects on today's tour, but don't worry guys, you're not going to get wet unless you're sitting in a blue seat. They're all blue. I feel like Oprah. You get a blue seat, you get a blue seat. Welcome everyone to the world famous Universal Studios timeline. If you take a look on either side of the tram, you will notice movie posters. These represent just a few of the thousands of movies that we've made right here at Universal Studios. We started back in 1913. Our founder, Carl Laemmle, opened the movie studio. Then in 1915, he opened it up to the public. He wanted to give guests an up-close look at the hustle and bustle and glamour of Hollywood, and their favorite movies and then TV shows being filmed. Of course, in 1964, the studio tour was born. It was then and is still today the crown jewel of Universal Studios, taking guests behind the scenes. That's exactly what we're going to be doing today, taking you behind the scenes of some of your favorite movies and TV shows. We are headed down to what we call our front lot. This is where the majority of the hustle and bustle happens. In fact, on your screens in just a few clips, you'll be able to see some throwback pictures of our front lot. There it is. On our front lot, we have quite a few sound stages. A sound stage is essentially a giant soundproof room. Our sound stages are about 98% soundproof. Directors often prefer them because it gives them a controlled and quiet place to do their filming. If you take a look over on your left-hand side, you're going to see this large building here. That is Soundstage 12. It's actually one of the largest sound stages here on the Universal lot. And it's been used in the past for some iconic movie sets, including Frankenstein's Laboratory, Dracula's Castle, Scarface's Mansion, and it was used as the visitor center for Jurassic Park. Recently used for the HBO Max show Hacks, starring Gene Smart, but they were also used for the reboot of Saved by the Bell, as well as the reimagining of the show Bel Air. That's available now on Peacock. Now, they've done 2 seasons in these 2 sound stages, and that second season is going to be premiering next Thursday, the 23rd, on Peacock. Now, for a little throwback, 8 and 7 were also used for the show Superstore. That starred America Ferrera, Ben Felton, and Mark McKinney. Now, they shot in 8, 7, as well as Soundstage 14, which is off the distance on our left-hand side. They actually built a full-size Superstore inside of Soundstage 14. 14 is a very unique soundstage because it has a pit in the center of it that we sometimes fill with water and use to shoot a lot of our water sequences. We shot Evan Almighty starring Steve Carell, The Skeleton Key starring Kate Hudson, and we used that pit as mission control for the movie Apollo 13. Now, I'm going to show you a behind-the-scenes clip of Apollo 13. Be advised, it's going to say Soundstage 21. That's because 14 used to be 21. We've recently renumbered all of our sound stages.
Realism was an essential element for Apollo 13. After all, we were recreating an important moment in American history, a moment many Americans witnessed on television. We thought about filming in Houston, Texas, where the original control room for the Apollo missions still exists. Unfortunately, NASA's engineers didn't have filmmaking in mind when they built Mission Control. Since there was no room for the elaborate camera cranes and tracks we needed for the shots, we had to build our own Mission Control. Everything had to be exact, even down to the tiniest details.
Director Ron Howard is a great example of someone that Universal has worked with many times over the years. Another person is Kelly Clarkson. She shoots her show, The Kelly Clarkson Show, here on the lot as well. It's weekdays on NBC. On your right-hand side, you're going to see a few more sound stages. We got 18 as well as 19. These were used for the show The Good Place, that starred Ted Danson and Kristen Bell, but they're now being used for the reboot of Quantum Leap, starring Raymond Lee and Ernie Hudson. Coming up on your left-hand side, you're going to see a series of buildings here. These are what we call our bungalows. Now, these used to be dressing rooms for very famous stars like Doris Day, Rock Hudson, Tony Curtis, Jimmy Stewart, but nowadays they're offices for some of the top writers and directors in town, like Illumination Entertainment. They're the ones who brought you Despicable Me, Those Minions, Secret Life of Pets, and of course the movies Sing 1 and 2. They're also in charge of the upcoming Super Mario Brothers movie. It's coming out in April. But we also have offices for The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. His $7 production company is here, as well as Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions, and of course Mark Platt. He's a very well-known producer here in Hollywood. He's currently producing the new Wicked movie musical. That's going to be starring Cynthia Erivo as well as Ariana Grande. Coming up on our left-hand side, you're going to see a very famous bungalow. That is going to be Bungalow 5195. It is currently home to the Diva Rentis Company. They're the ones who brought you The Legend of Hannibal to the small and the big screen. But you might notice next to this 5195, here on our left-hand side, there's a very familiar silhouette. The incomparable Alfred Hitchcock, the master of chills and thrills. Known for movies like Psycho, Vertigo, The Birds, Rear Window. The reason he's on that building, that used to be his old office. Now still on our left-hand side, you're going to see two of our high-tech sound stages. Now the thing that makes them high-tech, you'll notice in the front here, we've got all these windows. These are actually production offices, and they're attached to these two sound stages. In the past, productions would have to go across the street on our right-hand side, this brown and black building here. That's our Johnny Carson building. That's where they would do their script writing, casting, costume fittings, really any of that administrative work. And you've seen how large this lot is, so that is a lot of travel time. So these two sound stages on our left-hand side are really a one-stop shop for production. They were most recently used for the show Lopez vs. Lopez, starring George Lopez and his daughter Mayan Lopez. But as you can see, we are leaving our front lot behind because we're taking you into our back lot. This is where we shoot the big stuff. Because a lot of times filmmakers, they want to shoot big city sequences, but they need a controlled and safe area to do that. That's exactly what they get to do here. Now, in just a few moments, we're going to go around the other side of this wall and give you an up-close look at what we call our metropolitan sets. But you already caught a glimpse of them on our way in. They were those giant buildings. Now, these buildings, they look very strong and sturdy, which they are. They totally are. But they might also look like there's a whole lot going on inside. Now, keep in mind, there is nothing going on inside these buildings, because these buildings, they're fake. They're completely fake. They're what we call facades, just the fronts and the sides, and your imagination fills in the rest. In fact, on your screens, that's what most of the buildings out here on the back lot look like on the inside. We don't actually build interiors. And for now, let me welcome you to our London Square Street. You might recognize London Square from Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. It was a swinging 60s for that. On the right-hand side, the door is open on this building here, so you can see a little bit inside and see that there is nothing inside of that building, not even drywall. Now, we also used our London Square Street for an episode of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., as well as Marvel's Agent Carter. But as we make our way down the street, you'll see the side street here on the right-hand side. Take a look all the way down. You're going to see what we call our Brownstone Street. You might recognize it from the movie Bruce Almighty.
Inside bad, outside good. Inside bad, outside good.
Oh, you're done now. Great. Beautiful.
On our right-hand side, you catch a glimpse of our very famous New York Street. Now, my buddy Jimmy Fallon, he's taking a walk or two down these streets.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Almost got mugged over there by an old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. It's cool, guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Now, Jimmy's right. These streets could represent New York, which they've done plenty of times for shows like the Mindy Project and How I Met Your Mother, but they could also represent other big cities in the world. In fact, we transformed our entire metropolitan sets into London for the movie Fast and Furious Presents Hobbs and Shaw. That starred The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, and Vanessa Kirby. You remember at the very beginning of that movie, there was a gigantic motorcycle and car chase through the streets of London. Now, they did use shots of London, but later on, after filming, production decided they wanted to change a few things. So they decorated our New York Street as London, filmed those moments, and then blended everything together seamlessly, where you really can't tell which is which. Now, of course, that called for a great deal of collaboration between the film's director and Universal Studios. And over the years, Universal Studios has collaborated with many award-winning directors like Steven Spielberg, Ron Howard, Christopher Nolan, and of course, director Peter Jackson.
It's the original King Kong that made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to become a filmmaker. I like films that just take you away from your real life and swoop you up into the Kong. I mean, you're on a ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you encounter monsters and creatures from, prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Skull Island, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Skull Island.
That's right, adventure awaits us. So hang on tight to your belongings. Keep your hands, arms, legs, selfie stick swans inside at all times. And of course, as always, remain seated. Now, I hear that Skull Island is a pretty crazy place. In fact, Director Peter Jackson went through quite a bit to bring it to life.
The Universal Tram is winding its way through a very rough, narrow trail in Skull Island, allowing the visitors a little sneak peek at some of the wildlife of Skull Island. In a sense, this is like a mini sequel, a mini continuation. We're just taking the Kong and Skull Island and the dinosaurs that we established in our feature film. And this is, another day, another incident on Skull Island, using the creatures and the character and personality of Kong as he appeared in the movie.
Friends, I hope you're ready. Hang on tight, and welcome to Skull Island.
We're back in Skull Island.
Okay, now, show of hands. Who here is covered in dinosaur spit? Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna get that checked. Okay? That's probably not good. So you guys can put away your 3D glasses for now, or leave them on. I'm not gonna tell you how to live your life, but hang on to them, because you might need them later. Director Peter Jackson created that spectacle with his team over at Butter FX, formerly known as Butter Digital. It's a production company that's based in New Zealand. They're known for movies like King Kong, as well as Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. They worked on the original Avatar movie, as well as the one that's out now in theaters, Avatar: The Way of Water. That was projected onto screens that were over 40 feet high and 180 feet long. That was done using CGI, computer-generated imagery. Now, I know you all enjoyed it, but let's check in with the big man himself, huh? How's it going, Mr. Kong?
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions, there's creatures coming at them, they're seeing Kong from this side and T-Rexes from the other side. Working on a movie, we always know people are looking straight ahead, they're looking at the shot that we're working on. Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions. Also, one of the things about this ride, unlike the movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts, because it's one giant shot. This tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
And now let me welcome you to our picture car collection.
I love this.
A picture car is a car that is featured in a movie or driven by an actor, takes on almost a persona of its own. Some of these picture cars end up becoming just as famous as the actors that drove them. For example, we have the red Ferrari from Magnum PI. Funny thing about that Ferrari though, it's a Volkswagen engine and a Ferrari shell. It's all about what's on the outside here in Hollywood, right guys? The eco-friendly options, you would think of the Flintstones cars powered by feet. No, actually golf cart interiors. One of our more recent additions to our picture car collection, the Ford Anglia from Harry Potter, the Chamber of Secrets. That's from the second Harry Potter movie. That's the car that Ron stole from his mother to go kidnap Harry from the Dursleys and take him back to Hogwarts. Then, of course, we have a Jurassic World vehicle here. That was the gyrospheres, heavily featured in the first and second Jurassic World movies. But you might notice there's no glass on the gyrosphere. Well, when you're on a film set, there's close to 100+ people running around. You have all the lights, all the equipment, and those things reflect in glass. So the filmmakers actually chose to shoot without the glass. And then later with computers, CGI, computer-generated imagery, they added in the glass, as well as all of those complicated reflections, like the grass, the volcano, and of course, those dinosaurs. Now, here at Universal Studios, we love dinosaurs. So much that we actually keep them on the lot in cages. That's right. Welcome.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
We like to keep our dinosaurs right up front, but in cages, because they are relatively poisonous, and we just, we don't want to have any accidents here. Okay, that's a pretty small cage. The dinosaurs, they are fairly large, so we do actually keep them in our larger cage. This cage is empty. Okay, I'm gonna put on some nice music. I will just, excuse me. We always wear the dinosaurs. You don't know? Is that an email or something? I never read those. No. You know what? I'm gonna make something up. Yeah, Hey, hi guys. So the dinosaurs, they are, on a walk. They're free-range dinosaurs. They're much happier this way. They're not out on the loose though, which is good, because they do this thing where they like to hide in bushes, and then at the last minute they like to jump up and wow. Oh, that's gross. Okay, just don't worry about it. That's just venom. Just acid, melt your face off. New skin. That's how we do it here in Hollywood. New skin. You notice these trees on either side of you, they are hollow. That's not because they're prehistoric, it's because they're fake. These are steel frames that we've wrapped with chicken wire, put foam padding on, and then painted and texturized to make them look like prehistoric trees. The reason we do that, well, when you're on a film set, everything is go, 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 and ain't nobody got time to move around a real tree. Now, you might recall, in Jurassic Park, weather played a very important role in that movie. I've got a great little weather demonstration for you coming up, but okay, I'm getting the signal there. They're not quite ready for us yet. Probably testing out a few kinks. They had some issues this morning with some flooding, but no, they are ready. Okay, you know what? We have to get into position before they can actually start the demo. So while we are doing that, let's take a look at this moment from Jurassic Park, The Lost World.
Jaws. Oh, cool.
That, of course, starred Academy Award winner Julianne Moore. So, they started. Wait, there's okay, I'm sorry. Just give me 1 second here. Hi. Are you doing the water? You are? Oh, there it is. Okay. Well, if you look above, you'll see there's a sprinkler system. It shoots water up into the sky and lets it fall down naturally to the ground, kind of like rain. And as you can see, it is raining mostly on the left-hand side of the tram, not so much on the right side. This is what we call a 50-50% chance of rain. Okay. Yeah, that's probably good. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, hi.
Yeah.
Thank you. What? I can't understand you with the mask. What do you mean it's jammed? Oh!
Whoa, that's cool.
so fake. It was created by big barrels that we have up at the top of the hill. They truck some water down. They're what we call rock tanks. And at the bottom of the hill we have drains, so we suck the water back up. So you can do it however many times you'd like. Also, I didn't have any buddies up in a control room controlling that. No, that was all controlled by your driver, Luis. Well done, Luis. Now this area here is what's known as Old Mexico. You might recognize it as the island of Tortuga for Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean. It was also used for Nacho Libre starring Jack Black. But we're going to cross this border out of Old Mexico and take you into 6 Points, Texas. That's right, y'all. This is where we film all of our Western TV shows and movies. And since we are in the Western sets, I do have a mandatory safety reminder. We are about halfway through the tour, so if you have an emergency of any kind, like a medical emergency, or you dropped an item of value off the side of the tram, reach up and pull that red emergency cord overhead. The ride will stop, and I'll be back to help you as soon as it is safe for me to do so. Otherwise, please remain seated. All right, now, you will have seen our 6 Points, Texas in the movie Once Upon a Time in Hollywood that starred Brad Pitt, Margot Robbie, and Leonardo DiCaprio. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino. You remember, during that movie, there was quite a large portion of the movie where Leonardo's character, Rick Dalton, went to go film a Western. All of those scenes were shot here in our 6 Points, Texas. Now, I love Westerns. I was raised on Westerns. I mean, my name is Cody, after Cody, Wyoming. Hello. My favorite part of a Western was, of course, a proper bar fight. Now, our cowboys, they were rough, they were tough, but they were not crazy. No. Every punch that was thrown was carefully choreographed. Anytime you saw a chair being broken over someone's head, it was made of a lightweight balsa wood. That way, no one would get hurt. And anytime you saw someone flying through a glass window, like this man on your screens, it wasn't glass. It was actually a substance known as candy glass, which is not edible, okay? I've tried.
Mine hit the ground first. Mine was taller.
Of course, that's Kirk Douglas and the Duke John Wayne, two of my favorite Western stars. Did you know Kirk Douglas in the yellow? He lived to be 103 years old. Insane. Now, looking at this clip, it looks like these two actors are roughly the same height. But in reality, Kirk Douglas in the yellow, he was 5'9". The Duke John Wayne in the red, 6'4". So, how do they achieve this shot? They have Kirk Douglas standing on what's called an apple box. It's just a fancy term in filmmaking for a wooden box. It's a trick that's used all the time in filmmaking, even still today. Now you might be wondering, okay, well, he's standing still. That's easy to cheat. What do they do if they have a walking scene? Well, oftentimes they would have the taller actor walk in next to the shorter one in a ditch. They would actually dig a ditch in the ground. And that still is actually used today. But now let me welcome you to France, or Spain, or Germany, really anywhere in Europe you want to go. We can take you there. Welcome to Little Europe. Now, you might recognize Little Europe as the small country of Zenobia for Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement. Princess Mia Thermopolis, played by Academy Award winner Anne Hathaway, led a very young Abigail Breslin through the streets of Zenobia during a parade. But most recently, our Little Europe was used as the good place for the show, The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrop, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I have never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here. I can't risk going to the bad place.
Well, maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
On your right-hand side, you're going to see this area here. It's what we call the Court of Miracles. That's where many Universal monsters got their start. I mean, we practically invented the monster genre with classics like Frankenstein, the Wolfman. Oh, on your left-hand side, the Invisible Man. I got you guys. But also on your left-hand side, you're going to see this fence here as well as this house. This is was the set of Home and Family. It was weekdays on the Hallmark Channel. It was a lifestyle show. They did cooking segments, DIYs. If you're an avid gardener like I am, they had a great gardening segment as well. Now you remember at the beginning of the tour, I said that a lot of our buildings are fake. There's nothing going on inside. That is not the case with this house on our left-hand side. That is what we call a practical set, meaning it is fully furnished. It is absolutely gorgeous inside too. The cool thing about this house, though, it actually has not one working kitchen, but two 2 full working kitchens. They had one where they would do the prep for the show, and then one where they would actually cook on the show. Most recently, though, this house was used just last weekend by the show Bel Air. They did a nighttime shoot inside of that house. Now, as you can see, we are heading inside of Soundstage 50 onto an actual set. I'm going to go off camera for this part. That way you all can just focus and take a look around. This is what we call a hot set. That is not because the actors are attractive. It's because it's all set up and ready for filming. And since it is set up and ready for filming, be sure to hang on tight to your belongings. Keep your hands, arms, legs, selfie sticks locked inside at all times. And of course, as always, remain seated. It's very important. We don't disrupt anything on this set. We're going to be using it on Tuesday for a commercial. Now, let me see what I can show you. Ooh. Okay. Up ahead on your left-hand side. Do you see that red checker table there? Now, that is my favorite spot on a set. That is what we call craft services, and that is where all the food is. You'll also notice these lights on the platform. Okay, just a small trimmer, Southern California, you know the lights. Guys, it's a take your belongings because it's the scene on Big One! But it's fine, right? You know, this is a happy song. The food is gonna play. The hood is gonna play. And it's gonna shake. Shake it off! Shake it off! Brave back there. You were all so brave, but it didn't have to be because it was fake. It was all fake. That's what we call a mechanical set, and you just experienced Earthquake, the big one. That was a magnitude 8.3 earthquake, and the show Bones used that during their filming.
What's going on?
Okay, you know what? All that rumbling and tumbling, I'm still really shaken up. I could use a vacation, you know, like, ooh, Amity Island! Yes, let's go there! Now, okay, I know it says the beach is closed. That's just because they had a little tiny shark problem. Nothing to worry about. They caught the shark. And you know what? My buddy George, he is the police chief around these parts. He said it's totally fine if we come on down and hang out. I'm going to go off camera. I'm going to say hi to George. I've not seen him in a hot minute. Now, he did say he was going to be in the water today, so I don't see him on the pier. See in the boat? Oh, okay, you know, he's probably down there already. That's fine. We'll just wait for him to surface. What is that? Is that a shark? Wait, but does George see that? Okay, just give me 1 second. Oh, George? George Porgy. Hi. Got something really important to tell you. No, I need you to pay attention, George, because there's a shark in the... Oh. George, do you see it? It's right there. George. Oh. Well, I guess I don't have a ride home from work today. That's fine. I'll figure it out. Now, as you move across the pier here, remember to stay seated. George told me he put some bait on a barrel. Oh, probably got one out there in the water. So if the shark hits it, then it's all good, right? See if he grabs it, though. Oh, yeah, there goes. You know why? Why is that moving? Well, is that gasoline? Uh-oh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that feels really nice right about now. But oh no, take a seat, because we're gonna need a bigger truck! say so, unlike the shark in the movie Jaws. The shark in the movie Jaws, his name was Bruce. And yes, he was named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer. Funny thing about Bruce, though, they actually test drove him before filming in a freshwater pit. But they shot the movie in the Atlantic Ocean, which of course is saltwater. So on the first day of filming, when they placed him into the water, he broke down. And he sunk to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. That led the crew to rename the production of Jaws into, well, Laws.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited up more. We just waited up.
The shark were well enough for a while there in the music. Radio shark a lot.
Also, keep in mind, Steven Spielberg, only 27 years old when he directed Jaws. Any Angela Lansbury fans on board, you might have recognized that area as Cabot Cove from the show Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote had 12 seasons here on the Universal lot. You can catch all 12 seasons now on Peacock. Coming up on your right-hand side, you're going to see this house here on the top of the hill. That is a two-story house. It's what we call our chicken ranch. It's structurally sound and safe enough to shoot on both levels. It was originally built for the movie musical, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which starred Dolly Parton. You can see some throwback clips on your screens here of our chicken ranch throughout the years, but I'm sure you're also noticing there's quite a bit of production equipment out here in this part of the back lot. That's because on your left-hand side, you see this side street here. They are currently filming a holiday movie down the end of this side street, so they've got all their stuff set up out here. That side street is actually what we call our Colonial Street. It's been used in the past for countless TV shows like The Munsters, Leave It to Beaver, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and ABC's Desperate Housewives. Most recently, though, it was used for Mindy Kaling's show, Never Have I Ever. Now, sometimes filmmakers don't need all of these elaborate set pieces. Sometimes all they want is wilderness. When that happens, we bring them here. This is what we call our wilderness road, because we use either side of the road for filming. In fact, on your left-hand side, you see this hill here with the bushes and the trees. This was used for the Netflix movie Bird Box that starred Academy Award winner Sandra Bullock. You remember, during that movie, there's quite a bit of traipsing through the woods. It's close to 400 acres here on the Universal lot, so they had a lot of room to work with. We also used this street to stage a limo crash and a mudslide for the show 911 on FX. It featured mud on the street, as well as a limousine that was overturned pretty much where we're currently positioned now. That limousine could be counted as a picture car, and we have a few more picture cars coming up in just a second. Once we round this corner, they're going to be on your right-hand side, so a great opportunity for some pictures. Now, a picture car can be an essential tool for filmmakers when it comes to setting the mood, setting the tone, telling us where we are without actually telling us where we are. For example, take that red double-decker bus, place that in a scene, you know immediately we are in London, England. A picture car can also represent a single person or entity. Take any one of Dominic Toretto's iconic picture cars, like that black Dodge Charger, place that in the scene, you know we're in for an adventure with the crew from Fast and Furious. Of course, one of my favorite picture cars is here on our right-hand side. It's the cream-colored Ford that Marion Crane drove in the movie Psycho, directed by Alfred Hitchcock. That is the Bates Motel there on your right-hand side. You know, and here the bed and breakfast is to die for. Nowadays, though, it's relatively vacant. In fact, we're going to take this road up to the Psycho house. This road that takes us up to the Psycho house, we like to call it the Psycho Path. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't know why, but Norman Bates is home. You know, guys, just don't make eye contact. Let me do the talking. Norman, bestie. Hey, how's it going? You good? Wait, Norman, what is that? Norman, what is that? A knife? No, Norman, come on, not again. All right, fine. Car 4, go for it. Hey, Car 4, guys! It was great having you on my tour. I wish you the best of luck. I'm really sorry about this, but Norman said it's got to be one of us, and I choose you. Oh, she's volunteering her friend. Okay. Oh, that was close. That was close. No hard feelings, right, Car 4? Anyway, we have left the world of Psycho behind to take you to a different world. Our world. And the War of the Worlds set. A War of the Worlds was directed by Steven Spielberg. It starred Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning. You see this airplane on your left-hand side? It might look real to you. That's because it is. That is a real 747 that Steven Spielberg purchased from an airplane graveyard, cut into pieces, delivered here on Mack trucks, and then of course destroyed for this moment in the movie. And if you take a look at all of the set decoration here, keep in mind, this moment in the movie, it lasted for 3 minutes. Mr. Spielberg did all of this for just 3 minutes.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep
Well, while we're watching this scene, I want you to pay close attention to the colors that they use throughout this scene. You'll notice it's very dark, muted tones. We've got a lot of grays, a lot of browns, a couple of blacks in there. Now, that was very much on purpose. That's to help us, the audience, understand how serious the situation is. Throughout this entire movie, you don't really see very many bright colors, except for Dakota Fanning. She is wearing bright yellow. Like I said, that was on purpose. Throughout the movie, Dakota Fanning's character serves as a beacon of hope for us that the human race will defeat the alien invaders. And of course, when it comes to making these kinds of decisions, that comes down to one person. That is the art director. The art director is in charge of making sure everything looks the way it's supposed to. So if it's a period piece set in the 1920s, they're going to make sure all the hair looked like it did in the 1920s, as well as all of the cars and all of the buildings. But they're also going to make sure, they're also actually in charge of the overall mood of a film. They can manipulate that by way of lighting, colors, shadows, or even by shapes. In fact, if you take a look at your screens, you're going to see a few great examples of art direction.
That's their tour bus.
So we've seen The Psycho House directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and we've now seen the War of the Worlds set directed by Steven Spielberg. These are generation-defining directors, and Universal is thrilled to be partnering with yet another generation-defining director, Academy Award-winning writer-director Jordan Peele, for his new sci-fi thriller, Nope. We are headed to Jupiter's Claim, the actual sets used in the production of Nope. Here to tell you more about it, director Jordan Peele.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Share. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Like, a little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Not looking so revived. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, the old rush frontier town, lies a sinister secret. Welcome to the world of Nope.
I guess we better take that as our cue to get out. Those These were the sets from Jordan Peele's Nope. The actual sets used in the production after they finished filming. They took everything apart and brought it here to Universal so we can show all of you. This stars Daniel Kaluuya, Keke Palmer, and Stephen Yeun. It's available now on Peacock. Now, you all have pretty much seen the ins and the outs of how we do things here at Universal Studios, but I think it's time for you to be a little bit more involved. So, here's what we're going to do. I'd like you to hang on tight to your belongings. Keep your hands, arms, legs, selfie sticks, wands inside at all times. And of course, as always, remain seated. We are going to be throwing you into an action sequence with the crew from Fast and Furious. All right, now, here is your backstory on board. There is a special witness. I don't know who you are, and I don't know what you witnessed, but you witnessed something. And Owen Shaw is after this entire tram. So we're going to hide out in this garage here and wait for further... Wait a second. I'm getting something. Hello?
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Park, definitely recommend you check it out before you leave. Now, as you disembark, you will notice there are bins for your 3D glasses. Be sure you put your 3D glasses in there and not your real ones. And to our season pass holders, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. If you are not a season pass holder and you want to find out how you can become one,
we're just in the store. Just thought I would show you around. This is the Homer Simpson Quickie Mart. They got donuts, shirts. Check out these cool mugs. Go! These are some slippers. Got some kid clothes. Lisa and Maggie. That's kind of cool. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, that's cool. Check out that shirt. Oh, you can put your cookies in here. Got a apron, Krusty Krab. Oh, it's a donut mug. It's got a hole in it. That's cool. Got keychains with your names on them. Got some Duff Beer plushies. That's cool. Oh, there's Homer. And Bart.
on a vacation and we're just at the beach. And I'm making pretend soup for Mom and Harrison. So let's get started. But there's water in these 2 cups to make liquid. So let's get this bucket first. And then we're going to get this shovel because this shovel's easier. We know they're both the same, but this one's a bit hard. So let's put 2 scoops of sand inside. And then we need to mix it up with our hands. See how wet it is? That's really wet.
Wow.
And now we need to flatten it. And then
it's like soup.
We're gonna put.
Yeah, I think if we set in the sun, it'll be
We're gonna put the oil in a little bit, and then put the salt in. We're gonna get more salt and put it back in, and then we're gonna mix it up again, and then put a little bit more soil. Then mix it up, and then it'll be ready for Mom. So Mom, I got you some pretend soup.
Oh, thanks.
Come sit. There you go. It'll be waiting for you there. Okay, guys. So now we're gonna make more for Harrison. 2. Wait, I did that. Now we have to get a lot in this one because Harrison loves soup. Harrison loves pretend soup. So guys, Dad's gonna bury me, and this is for the next part, and it's gonna be so much fun. Guys, this is really fun. Dad, hurry up, Mom's coming back.
I don't know where Bowie went. I was too busy showing my feet to the camera.
Where'd she go? What the?
Oh, yes, interesting.
What the? You scared me. I thought that was real.
You want to bury you next, Harrison?
So guys, now we're gonna bury Harrison. We're going to bury me.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Are you okay? Oh, here's a towel.
Oh no! Oh no! Dad,
There's a towel for you.
you need that.
You need help?
Have this.
It's in my ear.
This line.
Like a lot.
Shall not in your eyes? You.
In my eyes too. It's in my ears.
Mostly.
Okay, sit down, bud. I'll bury you. Sit down. Sit right next to Bowie. Okay, now it's Mommy's turn to bury you.
Mom,
sit down.
now, I buried myself. I'm buried.
Scooch next to Bowie.
Buried. Now.
Right here.
Now.
There you go.
Now.
Ready?
Buried.
What?
So no, that's so gross.
Sorry, baby. Your
That's gross. Pretty sure my eardrum's gonna be clogged with sand.
Oh, bury this part too.
I'm scared to even open my eyes.
Bury the whole of it. Bury up to my
Do you
dad.
want me to splash some water on your face?
What? No, thank you. I don't want you to splash some water on my face. Splash water on their bodies.
That was the worst. This child.
He's like, then I gotta do one more. And then he walks over to your head. I'm like, oh no.
I know it, but it was like in slow motion, so I couldn't stop it.
Because it was slow motion. Daddy, now splash water on my whole body. Splash water on on my whole body.
Whoa, Harrison, where's your body?
I'm going to be buried. Hey, let me out. Oh, buried the sound out of my body.
Found a wildcat.